Alright, upgrades are on the car. Maranello's been leveled up, and results are pending. They're pending. Hello? Speaking? The board? What, all of you? I'm on speaker. Okay. You have low confidence. Well, come on, guys. I mean, we're only 3 races into the season. Let's not make hasty decisions here. Hey! I may not speak much Italian, but I know what that means. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today we have Baku. It could be a very interesting race for us, but we have low board confidence. Now, I don't know if you can get sacked mid-season or not. I think we all know where this is heading. Yeah, we all know where it's headed. As I don't know if you get sacked mid-season or not, but, you know, it doesn't mean we can't try and turn things around. And if we are going to get sacked, let's go down with a laugh, shall we? So, yeah, that's that. The race, I mean, we've not been good, have we? We really haven't. But anyway, let's go and have a look. A fair bit to catch you up on, I've got to say. Since you're over this side, let's start with facilities, because our factory, our design center, wind tunnel, CFD, and car part, they're all level 3. The suspension simulator will be with us in 7 days. So, Maranello is a level higher than it was when we started. And the car upgrades have come in. So if we go and have a quick look here, if we go and have a look at... so if we click on the chassis, swap out, so we can see if it moves us up the grid at all or not. So this chassis here does look like it moves us up the grid. So that is obviously good. We've got 2 of them. We'll stick them on both cars. If somebody crashes, then that's it. We're going to have to go back to the old one. Now, we do have new front wings as well for this one. So we've got 3 of them. There should be another one coming midway through the race weekend, I think. But again, it is going to improve the car, so I think we've got to put it on both cars and just hope that we don't crash. Maybe emergency manufacture. I did rush things through, so it cost us a little bit more money, but ultimately I think that is going to be worth it. And we've also got 2 suspensions. Again, it moves us up the grid. I think maybe we just stick that on. We'll stick it on both cars. If we have a crash, we'll go back to the old one. We've got to try, we've got to be a little bit risky, I think, in trying to get things moving forward here a little bit for ourselves. So, yeah, that is that. Car inspection, we need a rear wing on him, so we can go and replace that. That's fine. And we're going to need to manufacture some more rear wings, that looks like, doesn't it? So we are working on a new rear wing design and side pods. Now, we don't have any CFD time for that, or whatever it's called. So what we're doing is, I'll use this, not something we're ever going to put on the car, but it's sort of like a step towards the next, when we have wind tunnel time and whatnot, it'll sort of be a step towards the next one of that. So sort of a non-using part, let's say. So we'll get another rear wing in, just so we have that available to us. And yeah, so that is that. A reminder of where we sit: 5th in the constructors, an absolute country mile away, literally, figuratively, everything from Aston Martin and Mercedes in 2nd and 3rd. The drivers, we have to scroll down to get to Mick in 9th and Giovinazzi in 10th. Giovinazzi's qualifying pace has been the problem, hasn't it? It's been a disaster. Let's have a look at Baku. We're expecting a dry race. It's a sprint weekend as well. Forgot about that. So that'll make it exciting for us. Better hurry things along here. So red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. Sections by speed. It's fast and it's not. There's no real in between. Car attributes: top speed and low speed cornering. Let's hope the new parts on the car help us with that. 20-second pit stop loss, 15 seconds under a safety car. Expect the strategy. Now, we've learnt from this in the past. If you put a soft tyre on late in the race, you are absolutely rapid. It is almost a second faster than the hard, half a second faster than the medium. It does degrade, not a great deal quicker. So, yeah, it's the soft and medium are the ones you want. And I'm almost inclined right now to say we want to go on to sort of a soft, medium, soft strategy. Maybe even from the start, but we'll deal with that when we get there, kind of thing. So Verstappen won here last year, and yeah, powertrain, all this other stuff doesn't really matter too much to us. So yeah, let's get out there. Oh wait, no, we're going to look at our performance targets first, don't we? So Q2, that's more like it. Qualifying position, someone in the top 4. Oh, you can edit. There was a comment that you can edit it for less money. I don't think I'm ever going to do that, to be honest. We'll try and do the targets that they set, and it's just bonus money if we get it. Fastest lap. If we're going to get to a soft tyre late, then that could be worth doing. Finishing streak. So 1 car in the top 6 twice. Qualifying and the race. I'd like to think we can do that. I really, really would. I'd like to think a lot of things, though, wouldn't I? So we've got one free practice session to see, get used to the new car, see how quick it is. So I'll go and do that, and I'll see you momentarily for qualifying. Alright, so we've done free practice. Now, one thing, don't panic, we only used one set of hard tyres, so we are a little ways down, but I'm not too pessimistic about it. You can see we're roughly the same as, yes, not great cars, but we're roughly in that ballpark, so it could be a little bit better than that sort of makes it look, I think. But of course, now qualifying is just for the sprint race. It is not for the Grand Prix like it would be in real life. So I'll go and do Q1. It should be absolutely fine, and then I'll see you. Well, we'll go and see how. Well, I say it should be absolutely fine. We almost didn't. We didn't get out of there with what's his face, Giovinazzi last time, did we? So much more like it. 7th and 9th. We just did the one run as well, so we saved a set of toss-off tyres for the race and or the sprint. So yeah, that's very good. On to Q2. Alright, we are on the long straight on our second run. Brand new set of tyres. We're on board with Mick, who is currently 11th. Giovinazzi is currently 5th. There's only 2 tenths between them, though. It is very close between everybody, basically, as Mick now drops down to 12th. So let's have a look at sector times. See if we can get some green up there for our boys. Ricardo is going quicker behind, but he's already still behind Mick. So Gio's gone green first sector. Mick has as well. So we are going quicker. So that is something. Now, Giovinazzi's in front of us here. I'm wondering, I think Sainz was between the two of us. So Sainz is on a green lap as well. Oh, what's happened there? Someone was getting out of the way. I just looked down and looked back up, and there was an Aston Martin, I think it was. So you could just see the flash of red of Giovinazzi. Now, he's going to give Carlos Sainz a very big tow all the way down the straight here. And let's see if he's going to go faster. Is Mick going to get himself inside the top 10? Giovinazzi goes 6th. Sainz goes 6th. Mick goes 5th. So we should both be through with that. Sorry about the coughing fit there. I have been sick, so still getting over that. But in the end, Giovinazzi just snuck in 10th. So that's all right. He's in the Q3. Let's see what we can do now to start this sprint race. Alright, now we are on board with Gio. He is 6th. Mick is currently 8th after the first run. Again, for us, that was on used tyres. So we'll see. I don't know that we could. I mean, Perez will probably go ahead of us. So if we're 7th and 8th, that's a spot up, isn't it? Because we're ahead of both Alpines, which we've typically been behind this season. So whether there's been a few teams bring upgrades to here that Alpine haven't, but evidence of this would suggest that we might have moved ahead of them, which is something. Not where we need to be, but it is something. Both of our guys have done green first sectors. Everybody is a lot of green there. Sainz has not gone faster despite, not gone up I should say, despite doing a faster lap. Stroll has gone 2nd. Session is now finished, which is fine because we knew it was only going to be one run anyway. And we've gone green with both cars. Can we move ourselves up this grid? Perez is not going faster. He's not going to go faster. Giovinazzi goes ahead of Russell as well. And Mick Schumacher goes 6th, 5th and 6th. Now, let's have a look here. Perez is coming across the line. Is he going to do any better? Here he comes. No, so 5th and 6th for the sprint. So that's more like it, isn't it? Much more like it. All right, let's go to this sprint race. All right, so here we go. Now, we are on the soft tyre. The soft tyre supposedly will reach... looks like everybody's on the soft tyre. Is that a medium there, maybe? But we'll have a look in a second here, see who's on what. No, there's a medium in front of us, it looks like, on the Aston Martin. But a lot of cars are on the soft. We're pushing off the line and we're using our ERS. We just want to try and get as far up as we can. Why would you go on a hard tyre for a sprint? That just doesn't make sense. As Mick is in the battle behind us, it looks like, with George Russell, but it looks like he has also seen that off. So, yeah, I mean, if we could... Oh, he's still there. He's on a medium. Come on, Mick. Don't let him do that to you. Don't let him do that to Mick. Put your elbows out, mate. Come on. Oh, it's ridiculous. Back to 7th. I was just going to say, if we can hold position here, then that's absolutely fine. In all honesty, the Mercedes is possibly still a faster car than us, so it may well be we have to give up on and just accept that George Russell is going to get past us. But if we even 6th and 7th, it's going to be a chaotic race as Baku always is, and then you never know. But it looks like Giovinazzi's already lost the back of Hamilton. Now, DRS after one lap, it is in the sprint, so we couldn't quite manage to keep it. And can Giovinazzi get his elbows out and keep George Russell behind him? Oh, he's on the outside here. Doesn't look like that's going to end well for us. So, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, if we finish 6th and 7th here, it's points. Not great points, but it's still points. And, yeah, that's not a bad place to start the Grand Prix proper from. So, this has happened just in front of us. The 2 Aston Martins in 2nd and 3rd. And, yeah, that can only help us, really, can't it? There we are there, just in the background. Alright, we have 10 laps to go, coming across the line to start 9 laps now. Stroll is just in front of us. Mick got past George Russell with DRS, and we're now going to try and have a go at Stroll, who I think, on a medium tyre, I think he's picked up damage from that crash, because he's dropping away from the back of these cars in front. So that there is Mick up into 4th, and can we now go and get Giovinazzi past George Russell as well? Yes, we can, by the looks of things. So 4th and 6th, only on lap 9. Hamilton and Alonso battling in front of us. Is this a return to form for Ferrari? Alright, well, it wouldn't give me a replay, but Mick has just gone up to 3rd. Giovinazzi has just gone up to 5th as we got past each of the Aston Martins. We've currently got Mick sitting right on the very back of Hamilton here. Now, the Aston Martins definitely have damage. That I don't think there is too much doubt about. So, yeah, they're in somewhat easy pickings, I suppose. But we're just going to harvest the battery up a little bit here. Now, it could be we could get past... we've got to watch our tyre temps here a little bit as well with Mick. It could be that we could get past Hamilton even with harvest, but I'm not that bothered by it. Yeah, we'll harvest and DRS. We are going to get past him anyway. So that is that's a very nice thing to do, isn't it? He's not quite done yet. I'm not... It's too early in the race to be trying to put a definitive move on, as looks as though we are going to get past the Aston Martin with Giovinazzi. So it's 3rd and 4th. We're charging up our batteries. We've got Hamilton in front of us. Verstappen is gone, but you kind of expect that, don't you? We could be on for 2nd and 3rd in this sprint race, which is good, obviously. It'd be nice if we could do it in the Grand Prix. But, yeah, it would certainly be a very nice place to start from if we can manage to do it. Now, of course, the Aston Martins will... well, for their sake, hopefully not be damaged when they start the race, will they? So that's going to be a challenge for us. But yeah, still a few laps to go here, but we're looking pretty strong. All right, we are coming around to start the last lap. We are 3rd and 4th. We've lost Alonso. He has dropped off the back of us, so we are trying to do a double overtake here on Hamilton to get 2nd and 3rd in this sprint race. So Mick is in front of us. He's using, we're using everything we've got right now. He is going to hopefully get up the inside of Hamilton there. Excellent. Now what we need is for Giovinazzi to do the same thing here. Can he get it done? Giovinazzi, he's right there. He's right there. He's right there. He's right there. He's done it. He's done it. We are 2nd and 3rd in this race. We're going to deploy to the end because we can. I don't really care who finishes 2nd and 3rd as long as it's the team. And... yeah, we've got a nice little gap there over. So let's tell Giovinazzi now. Let's hold position. Hold position. Don't fight your teammate. Hold position. We're out of ERS. That's fine because Hamilton has dropped way off the back of us. And, yeah, well, this is a very, very nice thing indeed. This is a very, very nice thing indeed. Max Verstappen has won the sprint by an absolute mile. But Ferrari returns to form. It is going to be Mick 2nd, Giovinazzi 3rd, a double podium in the sprint. Let's go do it in the main event now. Come on, boys. Come on. Alright, so strategy. I think, well, if we saw anything from that, it's that the soft tyre lasted fairly well for us. Okay, so does a soft medium, I'm assuming a soft medium doesn't quite work, does it? Or does it? I mean, it does. Why would you not do soft medium? Am I missing something there? I'm assuming I am. But we're going to do soft medium anyway. And then what we might do with Mick is go the other way. Go medium, soft. No, we'll do this because that way if we get a late race safety car, we can come in and stick a soft tyre on. We have loads and loads of tyres. I saved so much in free practice. So we've got absolutely no concerns about tyre life or anything like that. Yeah, so let's do it the other way with Mick. What I'm thinking is that there's probably going to be a lot of cars start on the medium. There may not be as many that start on the soft. We can see here the strategy is not really to start on the soft unless you go into a hard, in which case they're going to be really slow later on in the race anyway. That will get them on the soft. So yeah, I'm feeling optimistic about this race. That's the hope that kills you, isn't it? So yeah, let's see how we do here. All right, welcome back. Look at this, a Ferrari on the front row, a Ferrari in behind Verstappen. Upgrades on the car as well. Let's hope it's a good... Oh, that wasn't a great start, Giovinazzi, as Hamilton got past him. Mick is the first of the runners starting on a medium. It's about 50-50, isn't it, between the medium runners and the soft runners. So this is one of these for Mick early on here. Just try and stay with it, and it will come to you a little bit later on in the race. Can we dare dream of staying within Max Verstappen's DRS? I mean, that is probably unlikely, isn't it? He's already more or less gone, isn't he? So, yeah, we probably do need to dream another dream on that one. As Hamilton is looking pretty racy as well in behind Mick. But again, Mick on a medium tyre, that is going to come to him later on. He just needs to sort of do his best to hold everybody out right now. But, yeah, it's a 51-lap race. It does go by fairly quickly in terms of laps. But usually, there's quite a bit that happens. So, got to be on my toes for this one. Alright, now we are unfortunately going backwards a little bit. Hamilton, Alonso, and Russell's about to get past Mick in front of us here. So that'll put us down to 5th and 6th. Stroll is behind us as well. Of course, the Aston Martins aren't damaged anymore, so they are going to take it up a notch. And, yeah, so maybe a little bit more of a reality check here than in the sprint, but not too bad, if especially for Mick, given that he is on the medium tyre. If he can just try and stay with everybody for now, and yeah, we'll see what happens a little bit later on in the race, but I think that the key takeaway here is that we are at least racing these guys at the front, rather than being sort of stuck down scrapping for 1 or 2 points. We're at least in the conversation. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You can see that they're breaking DRS really quickly on us, so they're obviously much faster cars than what we have right now. So we're good, we're improved, but we're not that improved, is I think the key takeaway so far. Alright, well it may be that some of these guys have been a little bit greedy on their tyres to start the race, and we've come right back to them. So in front of us is Russell and Alonso, with Stroll did get past us both, and we got back past him and dropped him a little bit as well. So Giovinazzi is in front of Mick right now, but there's not much in it. And yeah, it's really strange. They've just drifted straight back towards us. So yeah, maybe we can have a little bit higher hopes here after all. Let's see what there's going to be a little bit of a DRS train. If we look at last lap times, there's an argument to say we're half a second faster. There's an argument to stay. Let's charge up our batteries. If we can sit here and charge our batteries now that we're at the back of them, then that's going to help us, because they're going to have to either stop, or we're going to, yeah, at some point we're not going to be behind them, whether it's us stopping or them. Giovinazzi, of course, on the soft will pit first, but yeah, we'll see here how we go. We just don't want to lose the back of DRS here if we can help it. But anyway, yeah, it's just interesting that they've come back to us, so they do look like they may have kicked up a notch now. So a bit of a weird one. This, as quickly as they drifted towards us, they've taken off again. We can see Giovinazzi, you can't even see them now. They're 3 seconds up the road. Well, I think they might have all been if they were charging batteries to do fastest lap attempts or not. Verstappen is now in the pits. So first of the pit stoppers. And yeah, Stroll just sort of came from nowhere and was suddenly behind us again. So Verstappen with a pit stop, it happens to the best of them. Let's hope that Red Bull get the Ferrari pit stops this race. And yeah, so we'll see what happens now. Pits are going to start to happen. If we look at tyre life, yeah, there's a few guys that will be coming in the near future. And yeah, so we'll see. That's going to give Mick a little bit of open air as well then, once the soft tyre runners come in. So if I could get him to sort of sit in behind Stroll or Giovinazzi, I could charge his battery up, but yeah, he's not really doing that. The other car we've got to be aware of course, is Perez coming through the field. He is currently 7th, 5 seconds behind us, but I'm imagining, he hasn't really got much pace, to be honest, but I would imagine he would, he should be quicker than that, but I don't know. Not going to complain if he's slow. Oh, VRC. Now, what has happened here? Safety car deployed.
Debris on the main straight.
Well, we were inside the pit window for Giovinazzi anyway. It's a Red Bull. It's Max Verstappen. Now, is Max Verstappen going to be out here? Oh, I tell you what, he's not going to be quick if he is still in the race. So we will want to definitely stop with Giovinazzi because it's in his pit window anyway.
Dash positive.
Now the question with Mick is that I mean, yes, we do want to stop him. It is a full safety car, right? I didn't dream that. I'm sure it said full safety car. Yeah. So we're gonna have to stop Mick. That really doesn't work for him. I should start him on a soft. Alright, so he's going to have to go soft. Let me think what we can do with Mick. Alright, so Mick could just about get to the end on a soft tyre, or we could stop him twice and just make him absolutely rapid in both stints and see how that goes for him, or we could put him on a hard tyre. I don't like the hard tyre, if I'm honest. I'd rather go flat out on 2 softs and make the extra stop, even if we are Ferrari, because this stop's essentially going to be a freebie, isn't it? So let's do that. Sorry, Mick. That just didn't work for him, though, did it? So we will stop this lap with Mick as well. All right, so here we go. Now we've only got a very small gap to Mick, so it's going to have to be one of our quicker stops. That's not bad, and barely lost anything. Mick's now having to wait for cars, but that's fine because Perez was the car behind him. So he's not going to have lost much on that. But it looks like Giovinazzi has jumped Hamilton, who would have been double stacking behind Russell. So that's worked out okay. Alright, so the safety car is in this lap. We're 4th with Giovinazzi. We are 6th with Mick. Now, Mick is absolutely going for it. You can see there's a few guys that have come out on the soft tyre. I don't know if they're going to try and get to the end or not, or if they're going to do like we're doing with Mick. I just always think you'd rather push and try and be quick that way. But we're absolutely going for it with Mick, and Giovinazzi just needs to try and, if he can stay with these guys, Hamilton will be quick behind him. And we are deploying at the start here, again, just to try and stay with everybody. We're using up tyres. We have got a little bit of extra life we can use with Giovinazzi's tyres, but not much. So we just want to try and stay within the DRS if we can. Now, Verstappen is out, by the way. So that is, he's not going to be hurting us anymore this race. So yeah, let's hope Piastri has done us a favour there, and it might be able to sneak onto the podium with 1 Red Bull out. We do have Perez behind Mick, though, with a soft tyre now, so that could be a little bit of danger, bringing him back into the race. But it looks like Russell has very much gone with Alonso on a soft tyre. Stroll's been somewhat left behind, though. So I wonder if we could take advantage of that as fastest lap for George Russell. I imagine on soft tyres there's going to be a few fastest laps going around, isn't there? No DRS this no DRS this lap, so we won't have a chance to get past Stroll, but it's looking as though we might be able to sit here and maybe get him next lap. Alright, so here we go on the main straight. We don't have DRS yet, but we will have it going onto this back straight, so we will deploy. And we will deploy behind us as well with Mick. And let's hope we can get a double overtake done here. Let's go off board, see if we can catch up. In the background there, Mick has got past Hamilton. So he got his move done. Unfortunately, doesn't look like Giovinazzi's got it done quite yet on Stroll. But we'll need to move him out of the way of Mick, because Mick is on a different strategy and a different planet in terms of tyre life. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get that done down the straight. We are on board with Mick. Now, he has just gone and got past Alonso. We've got Russell in front of us, and we're coming up towards our stop. So we've charged up our battery fully. We're gonna hopefully get past Russell here, and actually no, what we want to do, I would think, is wait till we get to the straight, try and get DRS, and then deploy our way past, and then just absolutely go hell for leather to our pit stop. He's got a little bit of a gap going, but not a huge amount, not enough for a pit stop certainly. He's gonna come out down the field, but he's also going to be able to absolutely, everybody else on aging tyres. It looks to me as though if we look at tyre life here, Alonso and Perez, everybody else that's put on the soft is going to try and go to the end on the soft, and that's going to be a massive, massive struggle. We should have DRS here as well. This is our optimal pit lap, I think what we'll do is we will... I didn't quite do it halfway, so I think we'll go as far as we can, whilst we're in the front here with some clean air. As long as George Russell is behind us here and we've got the battery power to burn, then we might as well stay out and try and use it. And, yeah, I really hope we get a good pit stop here. Giovinazzi, by the way, he has dropped down to 6th. Hamilton is kind of gone. Hamilton is using his tyres quite a bit more, though, although that's come back the other way now. So, yeah, maybe we're just not doing a very good job there with Giovinazzi. But anyway, 6th is fine. We might be able to do a little bit more in terms of fastest lap there for Mick as well. And that's on old tyres. So nicely done there for Mick. If we can keep Russell behind us here, this will be important. We don't want to get stuck behind him for a lap. We've got a little bit of Can we get it done? Don't let him in front of you here, Mick. It'll ruin everything if you do. Should have come in last lap. We've got the we've got the soft tyres, and it's not quite done yet. We're now out of battery power. We'll come in this lap now anyway. But what we don't want is George Russell in front of us for the back part of this lap, although he's arguably slowing us up a little bit now anyway. So perhaps just a smart thing to do there to let him go. We can harvest the battery because we've got nothing left in there anyway. We might get a little bit when we come into the pits. So if you've got something, cross it. This is going to be Mick's stop, and we'll see roughly where he comes out. And then he's, again, just going to be hell for leather to the end. And we'll see where that gets him. There's a nice little gap there to Hamilton. It's a 2.8 under 3 seconds. Go on, boys. Now, we can come out ahead of Leclerc, not quite. So we're a little ways down. We're 12th, so we're a long ways down. But we've got fresh tyres. We've got everything to play for. And let's see, he was in 3rd. Now, of course, he's only in this position because the safety car really didn't suit him when it came out. So it's no fault of his own. There's nothing we could have really done. We would have been in the same boat as the other guys on softs, just kind of, you know, tiptoeing our way to the end. So I'd rather do it this way and try and get some overtakes done anyway. But let's see how far up we can get. Can we catch Giovinazzi? That'd be a good point of reference, wouldn't it? Because Giovinazzi was just ahead of us when the safety car came out. Alright, now Mick is doing a really, really good job. He's already back to 9th. We should get Lando Norris at the end of this straight. Giovinazzi is still 5th. If we look at last lap times, though, 45s, 8s to 47s, everybody else is doing. So he is way, way quicker than everybody else on the track right now. So I think we've definitely done the right thing. We're going to get back to at least Giovinazzi. Whether we can go and get Hamilton as well with 10 laps to go, that might be asking a little bit too much. But yeah, I'd say this is so far looking as though it's going to be a strategy that works out for Mick. There's maybe an argument to say we could have done the same thing with Giovinazzi, actually, but it's too late now. But yeah, he can stay ahead of Perez. We can beat both Red Bulls. That'd be a nice little turn up, wouldn't it? Alright, so we've essentially got back to the Giovinazzi here because we are trying to put a move on Perez. You don't really usually overtake there, but we've got it done. So that's good news. And yeah, so now we've got line astern, Giovinazzi in front of Mick. We will try and... a little bit too much there. Sorry about my voice, as I've said before. I think I'm just getting a bit over a cold. So yeah, that is job done there. Now, can we go and catch Hamilton is going to be the big question. We are much, much quicker, although this lap's been a bit slower with overtaking and whatnot. But 45s to 46s, 47s. It's not completely out of the question. We can get a little bit of harvest done here with Giovinazzi. No, don't do that, mate. Don't do it. Don't fight your teammate. Didn't I say don't fight your teammate? Let him go. Let him go, Gio. Let him go. That's not your fight, mate. You stay ahead of Perez for me, please. Alright, so Mick has caught the back of Lewis Hamilton. Here we go to hopefully get one under him at the end of the straight. Not quite able to do it there. So we'll harvest back up and we'll get him down the front straight. And then we've got a small gap to try and catch to get to Stroll, about 4 seconds. You know what? We probably need to try and get this done as soon as possible. Yeah, there's 3 laps to go, 4 seconds. Are we that much quicker? We're 44s to 47s. So yeah, we are. Could we go and get Mick on the podium here? Giovinazzi has pulled out a nice gap now, or Occon's actually got past Perez. So, yeah, that's looking good for Gio, who can probably go and push his tyres a little bit more now, actually. I wonder if Giovinazzi could... No, he's 8 seconds back of this battle, so probably not. But, yeah, there we go. That's Mick up to 4th. He did a 45.0 to essentially a 47, so 2 seconds faster than Stroll. 3 laps to go. Oh, he got back past him. Don't let him do that. Get him back, Mick. Go away, Lewis. All right, good job. Here we go. Is this the battle for the lead? This is the battle for the lead. Mick can't win this, can he? Surely not. All right, so there are 2 laps to go, and this is the battle for the lead. So this is massive. I don't think we've A, got enough battery power, or B, got enough laps to get this done. But I tell you what, we should be able to get ourselves onto the podium here. Let's try and harvest a little bit, and because this will be our last sort of run into turn 1 this coming lap, so we can get a little bit of battery in the bank. And then try and deploy off this last corner here and just see what we can do. Just see what we can do. Can we go and get Lance Stroll? We've certainly closed in on him, haven't we? Can we go and get this done? Can we go and get this done? He's on old tyres, of course, compared to us. Final lap of the race. Send one in. We do. Mick's on the podium. Can he now go and get Russell and Alonso down this? I tell you what. Go for it, mate. Go for it. Because Alonso doesn't have DRS. Can we go double overtake? Not quite. Not quite. It still could be there for us, though. This is like reminiscent of Magnussen and Haas all those seasons ago. Now we're up to 2nd. We're up to 2nd. All right, now we've burnt it through. It could come down to the run onto the final straight here. Are we going to be able to do it? Giovinazzi can go and deploy. I don't think we've got nothing to play with. I think we're going to fall agonisingly short here. Agonisingly short, but Mick is going to be on the podium. He's going to be 2nd. Does he have anything to fight with down the straight? Does he have anything? He's going to have DRS. There's going to be... Go, Mick! Go, Mick! Go, Mick! Go, Mick! Go, Mick! Oh, he's that close! It's 700th of a second! Oh, we were that close to winning in Baku.
That was great.
Oh, so close, but we're back. Ferrari is back. Giovinazzi went down 3. I'd said at the start, didn't I? Soft tyre at the end. It always works in Baku. I should have done the same thing with Giovinazzi, but anyway, we'll live and learn on that one. He comes home 6th, but what a race that was. And as far as the championship goes, I'm losing my voice here. Mick is now up to 7th. Giovinazzi in 10th. And the constructors, well, we're still 5th. It's a long 5th, but... that is much more like it, isn't it? Only just behind Alpine now, and that gap to the front two hasn't actually been cut. It's pulled out to Mercedes in 2nd, but we've pulled back some points, and yeah, that is magnificent. Now pit stops. But let's run before we can walk, shall we? But anyway, still no points in the pit stops. So, board confidence is still low, but they're happy with that. Baku made the board happy, as it should. What a race that was. Magnificent stuff. Next up, it is Miami, so I will see you for that one. That's another race where anything can happen, isn't it? So, let's hope this isn't a false dawn. Let's hope this is us returning to form and starting to march our way up this constructors' table. Take care.